Void Launch is the map where we have to shoot down Amon's shuttles. There are 7 waves of shuttles, which increase in size, number of prongs, and escorts. We cannot let more than 4 shuttles escape, otherwise we lose the game. Storm clouds move across the map that slow and damage your dudes when they get stuck inside. Fire erupts from the ground randomly and under fallen enemies.
Raynor, where do we have him?
Raynor, I used P3 because you can get like teleport BC over a mountainous area, take out some stuff, and then then do some more damage back home. Your battle cruisers can fly in, kill shuttles, teleport out. That's it. But so it's like, I think he's like the early game. It's kind of slow as well, so you can survive probably with just like a bunker and banshees.
Yes. It's fine.
I put him in B for now. I'm not really strong on this B though.
Okay. How about you, Sticksbender?
What do you mean you actually used the battle cruisers for anything other than wave defense? So the thing of P3 is that you can get the Hyperion cooldown low enough that the Hyperion is up for every single shuttle wave.
Just don't fly it over the lava, because it has a huge...
Don't fly it over the lava.
It has a huge
However,
hitbox.
do note, worst case scenario, you get a couple of jumps before it times out, so it does cost a fair bit of time and thus hurt to have to jump it home to repair it. But the cost assigned to the Hyperion is 1 mineral, so repairing it from 1 hit point to full costs 1 mineral. So effectively, you can just say it costs 0 to repair.
Effectively.
And it repairs really quick.
So
because if you have to jump it home and quickly repair it and then jump back in, that is an option. Also, remember to get your mech armor upgrades, because that gives more hit points to it, which helps it survive the environmental mutators. And finally, the big important thing, Hyperion Yamato AoE one-shots shuttles. So yes, the Hyperion can basically solo the entire mission. Unfortunately, it's not quite able to solo all the waves, but that's okay because your giant parade air army that's just sitting at home can just catch the waves and kill them, while the Hyperion just jumps around doing the entire mission for you. It is fat, and it can get caught by lava, and that's the only reason I wouldn't immediately put him into S. Is because of how fat the Hyperion is. But otherwise, he would be an S to me. He is at least A.
I also had him in A, but doesn't the Yamato only deal 600 damage with the shuttle having 700 health?
I believe the shuttles have... Okay, maybe I got it wrong, but I thought that it was the shuttles have exactly Yamato health.
Yeah, I do remember trying the Yamato before. It doesn't quite one-shot them. It gets them to red, but not quite finishing them off. But regardless, I still think he's A.
Yes.
What do you think, Twotuuu?
I don't think he's A, because like the environmental mutators make it so that you can't do the like moving back and forth with the Hyperion. So like that's where he gets more DPS, but you can't do that if they're like lava bursts, which it's deathly afraid of.
If you're just sniping the shuttles, you don't need to move it back and forth. You can just right-click the shuttle and it'll go down.
But you're gonna be hit by other stuff.
Point defense drone.
You're gonna be hit by, like, depending on which wave, you're not fighting alone. Like it's not by itself. Like there's gonna be other stuff. Sometimes it'll be like near an attack wave as well, depending on which one.
Then pick your fight.
So
if you said it yourself, if you teleport over an unfavorable engagement, it's your fault. Just pick and choose.
The other thing I would just note is that if you have 3/3 Hyperion and it just spins in place with point defense drone, the thing is the best anti-air comps are all projectile users, and the enemy comps that have the strongest anti-air that isn't projectile based, so doesn't get completely shut down by point defense drone, still doesn't really beat a 3/3 Hyperion. Like, what even would be the most threatening comp actually.
The
Probably.
It's Donnie Vermillion.
Yeah, the lava is the biggest threat to the Hyperion's health.
Donnie
There is
Vermillion.
also unpassable terrain you can jump over too.
Yes.
The most threatening comp is probably
Scourge.
classic Sky Toss. Oh, Scourge. Yeah, Scourge. True. Spinning Hyperion though. How many?
That's the one I fought. I fought classic Sky Toss, and it was.
Classic Sky Toss is probably the most threatening, but even then, the carriers can hit you. But Yamato actually does one-shot the carriers. You're right. It doesn't quite one-shot the shuttles. For some reason, I think it's because I'm used to just like with spawn camping the first shuttles, they die so easily.
They do die
just
so
get
easily.
one-shot by the Yamato, right?
Yeah.
No, it's just that you get like a quarter second of auto attacking them, and they're already in one-shot range.
I mean, I'm okay with B. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, I had him A, but I'm okay with B. It's I mean, the guys who use Raynor at this point probably will use him regardless of where to put him. If that makes sense.
I think P3 Raynor is very A.
I believe you. I believe you.
P3
I just okay. Are you convinced you to?
I think like relying on the Hyperion is not a good strategy for average players. Like relying on the Hyperion for everything.
Okay, can we do A star? Because it requires.
I mean, you still have units that you technically, especially if you're massing battlecruisers as your army, you still can use tactical jump, as you said, to like jump over unpassable terrain or fly over unpassable terrain and jump home, or just whichever. Probably the second one, but you still can use battlecruisers if you really need to, because the Hyperion dies or something. But the fact that your Hyperion should be able to solo everything, and if it doesn't, you still have a backup plan.
Okay.
I would also add another note. The right wall of the map, the mutators, the environmental mutators, actually on this map for some reason don't go all the way to the right wall of the map.
Yeah, that's why I send.
So
I send my guys.
If
there.
you just hug the right side of the map, where there's like even like the ground area on the right side of the map, you can kill the waves going for the right conduit, while being like the blizzards will despawn before reaching you. Like the environmental mutators just don't go there.
All right.
Because they don't think the map is that wide, apparently.
All right.
So that's also helpful if you end up needing to jump your battlecruisers on a shuttle wave, but it's over there. You just jump to the right wall of the map. Hey, you're not jumping into anything.
How about this? How close is Raynor to the bottom of A versus how close is he to the top of B? Is he closer to bottom of A or closer to top of B?
I mean, this is a problem of disagreeing between each other, because I would put him near the top of A.
I would put him in the middle of A, personally. I don't think he's B because he has teleport. How I rated this is if you have teleport, you're A, basically. Raynor has teleport with his Hyperion, with his regular battlecruisers. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you can always drop Marines to finish off whatever shuttle's left. You can drop Vikings to finish off whatever shuttle's left.
I mean, we have 3 people in B, all of whom technically have teleport, though. Elrac has a mothership, Phoenix has Arbiter suit, and Nova has Griffin airlift. The problem is all 3 of them have to actually use an army. Avatar has deep tunnel, but that's not technically his whole army, unless like you're going pure swarm host. Or
anyway, we're digressing too much. How about this? We give Raynor an A star for now. Star being a consideration that you need to be kind of good at the game. Or good at Raynor to use him. Is that okay? Is that an okay compromise?
Good at Hyperion.
That goes for like everyone.
Yeah, everyone can solo this reasonably easily if you're good with them.
I don't
know. I think the Hyperion is going to be just fine. Like it definitely shouldn't have trouble, even against like classic Sky Toss. Yeah, your army is going to have a pretty bad day against classic Sky Toss because carriers, scouts, and corsairs are all good at killing air units, but the scouts can't hit the Hyperion because of point defense drone, and carriers and corsairs do really low damage per attack, and because the Hyperion has a ton of base armor, if your Hyperion has 3/3, the scouts barely the corsairs barely even damage you at all. The scouts can't hit you because projectiles, and the carriers barely even damage you at all.
Won't the Corsairs kill the PDDs?
They will not target fire them, so unless you put the PDD directly inside of the Hyperion's body, no. They will target the Hyperion because the Hyperion has the gun. You could literally put the PDD behind the Hyperion, and then the scout, as long as the Hyperion itself is within range of the PDD, the scout projectiles can't reach the Hyperion, because it's not about whether the unit that's firing is within range of the PDD. It's just about whether the projectile passes in range of the PDD as it's flying.
Yeah. How about this? Sticksbender and I both have an A, so Twotuu's been outvoted.
Okay. You have been warned. That's all.
All right. That's why I have the A star. Why don't you guys like that solution?
The reason for the star doesn't make sense, because
I think
Abathur was
rename the reason for the star. The reason for the star is Twotuuu has warned you.
All right, there we go. A star because Twotuuu has warned you. There we go. Let's put an A.
You're gonna die to lava burst and then wonder why can't I do anything.
You just have to fly. Just fly over the unpathable terrain. It's that simple. Not to say it's easy. Not to say it's easy, but conceptually it's simple. Right? Anyway.
Yeah, that goes for any of the other commanders. Just don't fly your liberators over lava bursts and you'll be fine, but it's still hard.
But Hyperion's one unit. Liberators are like, sometimes you get like 12 of them or something.
They can fly on top of each other though. The thing is the Hyperion is one respawning hero unit with a ton of health, which has tactical jump on a short cooldown, so it can repeatedly jump.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on. Raynor is A star. I have decided, as the owner of the video, Raynor is A star.